Om. Starting with invocation, let us chant from verses 41 to 45 of Atma Bodha. Pratah smarami hridi samsfuradatma tattvam Satchis sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam Yasvapna jagara sushuptama veti nityam Tad brahmanishkalamaham na bhuta sangaha Jnana bhedaha parenatmani vidyate Chidanandaika rupatvad dipyate swayamevahi Evamatmaranau dhyana Mathane satatam krite Udita vagate jvala Sarvajnanendhanam dahe Aruneneva bodhena Purvam santamase hrite Tatha avirbhavedatma Swayamevamshumaniva Atma tu satatam praptaha Pyapraptavadavidhyaya Tannashe praptavadbhati Swakantha bharanam yatha Stharnau purushavad bhrantya Krita brahmani jivata Jivasya tattvike rupe Tasmin drishte nivartate
Pratasmarami hridi samspuradaatmatattvam Satchit sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam Yat swapna jagara sushuptama vedi nityam Tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhota sangha We continue from verse number 42 onwards. 42 padinga Venkat.
Evamatmaranau dhyana Mathane satatam krite Udita vagate jvala Sarvajnanendhanam dahe Evamatmaranau dhyana Mathane satatam krite Udita vagate jvala Sarvajnanendhanam dahe
Thus by constant churning of wood, contemplation upon Atman, the flame of knowledge created burns up the entire fuel of ignorance. Thus by constant churning of wood, contemplation upon Atman, the flame of knowledge created burns up the entire fuel of ignorance. Evam, thus. Thus indicates a conclusion. Therefore, thus all implies a conclusion. A series of important portions we have studied. The Shravanam, the Mananam, the Nididhyasanam, meditation, self-realization. That very important sequence. Assertion and negation, contemplation, meditation, self-realization. Now, the karma, the Atma Jnanam, the phalam, the benefit of Atma Jnanam. What is the benefit of Atma Jnanam? The fruit, the benefit, the result. What is that benefit? The entire fuel of ignorance gets burnt up. That is the benefit of Atma Jnana. No other knowledge burns up ignorance. No other knowledge burns up ignorance. It keeps the ignorance intact. With the ignorant, being ignorant, you do lot of punya karma, enjoy the benefits of punya karma, and come back exactly as ignorant as you are. Nothing will change. Like figuratively in the Shastras, they say you will be a very very good, happy, ignorant person in Swarga and come back, they say. What will happen? You will go to Swarga, will be very happy there, enjoy the benefits of there, and come back as ignorant as you are. Nothing changes. Now, don't take the hell as a Swarga or Naraka as literal things. I'm using it to explain the concept. So, all other things helps you to achieve something, and then you lose that which you have attained. Always remember this. All worldly things, all worldly actions, karmas help you to achieve something, attain something. They help you to achieve something, they help you to attain something, and you have to lose it also. The essential you means people assume that you acquire, you get, it is going to be with you forever. No. Acquisition is complete only, the process is complete only when you lose it. So you have to get it, keep it, have it for a while, and then lose it. Acquire, have it, lose it. If objects and beings you don't lose, now you will lose the body. Losing the body is losing them anyway, because the memory is lost. No. If the memory is lost, what difference does it make? What you have, what you don't have. As long as the memory is there, all achievements looks big, great. The memory is lost, nothing. All your attainments, achievements means nothing. Therefore, what is the all worldly things helps you to achieve something, but that achievement makes you to lose that. So the process is complete only upon losing. Just as life, we can say you have lived a full life. When can you say you have lived a full life? Sashyabda Purti, we can say that. And we say in Sashyabda Purti you have lived a full life. And then we say, what is next to that? 1,000 moons. If you have seen 1,000 moons, can we say you have lived a full life? And then Kanakabhisheka, 100 years. If you do that, can we say you have lived a full life? When can you say you have lived a full life? Your life is complete only the moment you die. because till that time something is missing in your life. One of the essential ingredient part of life, which is death, is. So what does it mean? Get it, enjoy it, lose it. Get it, experience it, enjoy it, lose it is life. Early morning we are coming and sitting in the class hoping to hear something. Shailesh, I don't think Shailesh has a problem because it is afternoon for him, no? I think so. I think it is afternoon for him, I don't know. At different time zones and I am getting confused. But here, yeah, Chennai, we think, oh, we have come up. Early morning, we want to hear something good and motivating for the day. And why are you starting with something very depressing? Why do you have to start with very depressing thing? Burns up the fuel of ignorance, the jnana palam, the benefit. What is it that this knowledge is going to do to you? This clarity must come. If this clarity is come, if the clarity comes, there is a conviction in seeking. There's a conviction in seeking. There's a conviction in wanting to pursue. There's a conviction in wanting to follow. All that follows when you know the fruit. And here Shankaracharya very beautifully saying, Evam, thus, Atma Aranau. I'll come to that Arani later. One of the beautiful thing from the Kaivalya Upanishad, he has taken that. It is in the Kaivalya Upanishad. It comes in the other two Upanishads also, where they talk about the Arni, the upper thing, the lower thing, churning. I'll come to that later. So first is the fuel of ignorance is burnt, meaning all other pursuits keeps the fuel alive because you keep coming back. How do you know the fuel is alive? Because you keep coming back again and again and again. You keep coming back. The fact that you are coming back again and again means the fuel is there. What is the fuel? Ignorance is the fuel. So what does this Atma Jnanam does? Atma Jnanam exhausts the fuel. And what is that fuel? He doesn't say vasanas, he doesn't say desires, he doesn't say likes and dislikes. He hits the nail on the head, straight. Ignorance. It is ignorance that is causing all this. Sir, but we are not ignorant. No, sir, we know so much. We have come to so many classes. We have known so many verses. We know all this. We are not ignorant. No. Yeah, I am ignorant of not knowing how to handle my boss. I am ignorant of not knowing how to handle my neighbor. I am ignorant of not knowing how to handle my children. That ignorant I have a lot. But Atma Jnanam ignorance, where is that? Because we know it. If that is known, all this becomes a child's play. All this is difficult because that is not known. So what is the Jnana Palam? Ignorance is burnt. The fuel of ignorance. That which keeps the coming back again and again and again, that ignorance is burnt. By what process that ignorance is burnt? By the process of assertion and negation. And this process of assertion and negation, he said it previously directly, the process of neti neti iti mahavakyataha and all that. You should remember all that. Neti neti iti mahavakyataha, where we saw the mahavakyas and the assertion and negation and all that we saw. Now what he is doing, he is bringing an example from an Upanishad to conclude the thought flow, the churning, the Atma Arani. those days, lighting fire was a big task. Nowadays, lighting fire is not a big task, isn't it? Those days, lighting, when I say those days means the Vedic times, lighting fire was a big task. So they have to rub two pieces of wood, and then the friction comes. As the friction starts coming, they have to keep a cotton there, and that cotton catches the smoke comes first. And when the smoke comes first, the man gets more inspired, and he churns it. He churns it more. Tom Hanks does it in Castaway movie. Yeah? See that. Atma Aranimna. See the movie Castaway by Tom Hanks. He does that. He's lost in the, you know that story, no? Atma Jnana, that movie, at least I'm sure at least half of you would have seen that. How I would have seen that movie. Patrikela, Vasanti, have you seen that movie? I know them. Tom Hanks and Yarni Geta, what do we do after that? Yeah. If you say, who is Tom Hanks? It's okay. That's all, leave it. Doesn't matter. Yeah. That man in that movie, he's lost in the ocean. The plane meets with an accident, and he's the one. There is no human beings in that island, and he's the only fellow stuck there in that island. And third day, fourth day, he has to survive there. And then he takes two pieces of wood, and he's catching like they do. And when the smoke starts coming, he knows the fire is there. Arani. Even today, the Orthodox people, when they do yajna havan, they bring that wood and they churn. It will take 30 minutes. Yeah. They keep chanting some mantras, and for that it takes that much time to start. And you should not use camphor and all in that. You just have to rub and rub and rub. That friction has to. Okay. What is that friction? The churning, assertion and negation. What is that churning? The churning of assertion and negation. You do this assertion and negation, then what is the benefit? All ignorance is gone. Jivan Mukti is the benefit. To put it technically, what is the benefit of Atma Jnanam? The benefit of Atma Jnanam is Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti means liberation now. Liberation now. Remember Gita verses. Chapter 3, verses 17 and 18. Yasvatma ratireva, he says. Naiva tasya kritenartaha, he says. For him, there is no interest whatever is done here or what is not done, nor does he depend upon any being for his fulfillment. That is verse 18, chapter 3. See, one number answered inside tappa povuma, because I am also one number the said tappa pochina sarge Gita theriyalanu don't say. Madalla, he should go and revise his portions properly. Verse number 17. Yasvatma ratireva, rejoices in the self, satisfied in the self, content in the self. For him, there is nothing to be done. I am quoting these verses because recently we have covered those verses where we spoke about the person who has liberated, and what is the Jnana Palam. So what is the Jnana Palam? First thing, Jivan Mukti is the Jnana Palam. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. Ignorance is your happiness is connected to others' happiness. Ignorance is your happiness is connected to the happiness of others. Ignorance is your happiness is connected to the achievements and attainments of others. All this is signs of ignorance. Success of your children is your success, no? Success of your children is your success. Failure of your children is your failure. You take it, that is ignorance. They are independent human beings leading their own lives, having to experience success and failures. You have nothing to do. You have nothing to do with it. You are there to serve them. You are there to help them out. But their attainments and achievements is not connected to you. What is ignorance? Ignorance is your happiness is connected to the attainments and achievements of others. Sir, even if I don't have anything, at least my children is having, sir. At least my children, at least they should have, no? Because if they have it, and if you see them having it, it is, you feel like it is, it's yours. This connection where there is no connection, you go and connect yourself is called bondage, ignorance, where there is no connection. The reality is there is no connection, but you go and bind yourself. You go and bind yourself and you call this bondage as obligation. Oh, this is my duty to my children, no. This is my duty to my husband, no. This is my duty to my parents, no. This is my duty to my partner. Duty, obligation arises out of gratitude and freedom and choice, not out of bondage. Today's concept of duty, it's not duty at all, it is a bondage. What is the bondage? Where there is no connection, you go and bind yourself. And how do you bind yourself to anything? By calling it as mine. Why it is called ignorance? It is not yours. That which is not yours, you falsely claim it as yours. My body. Janaka tells Ashtavakra, the body belongs to the elements, Janaka. Panchabhutas it is. It is Annamaya Kosha. Body belongs to the elements. Unnecessarily you are taking it. Wow. So body, you can't say my body, you can't say my kingdom, you can't say. So what is ignorance? Ignorance is a bondage. What is the bondage? That which is not yours, that which can never be yours, that which wasn't yours at all from the beginning. You had a notion that it is. You had a notion that it is yours. But sir, I gave birth, no. DNA eduthu parungo. Yeah, you take the DNA, it will say that it is my DNA. Okay, who gave your DNA? You, just as you claim copyright over their DNA, somebody can claim copyright over your DNA. Okay, is that person's DNA? That person can, somebody can claim copyright over that. So down the line, if you see, it's all borrowed. Recognizing that is knowledge in the relative sense. Are you able to see? Recognizing it is knowledge in the relative sense. But sir, it is mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Mineness is a false notion, a false arrogation. Remember the story Chudala and Chikidwaja? Chudala teaching the king, Chikidwaja, the king of Kashi. Certain things you can hear, you may get bored of hearing, but I don't get tired of reading that. Every time you read that, something new comes. Chikidwaja and Chudala. The king of Kashi wanted to study Brahma Vidya. The king of Kashi wanted to study Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Vedanta. He wanted to study Vedanta. And him being a king, he thought the duties of the king and all that is a disturbance. So he temporarily want to take a break. Yeah. இப்போ பிரேக்லாம் சொல்லக்கூடாது. இப்போ என்ன சொல்லணும் அதுக்கு? இன்னமும் வார்த்தை எனக்கு I don't even how to pronounce those. Sabbatical, I don't know how do you pronounce that. People say I'm taking a sabbatical. No sabbatical. Running away from what you have to do is sabbatical. I have taken. So Chikidwaja did that. He took a sabbatical from being the king to do the 3-year course. Yeah, Chikidwaja did that. Chudala is the king's wife. Brahmajnani she is. She's a Brahmajnani. Look at the story here. Wife is the Brahmajnani, husband is an ignorant man, which is the truth always. Yeah, always it is the truth. Have you ever noticed when the man is really shaking, when the man is really disturbed, he will go to the wife. Appo kuda humility oda he will not go. Even then he will go like a big Mahavira he will go. Mahavira, a great warrior. The wife is laughing at that man's weakness. So Chudala knew, and no way the king would listen to Chudala. No way the king would listen to the wife. So he called the ministers and told the ministers that I'm taking a break. Till I come back, keep it running, keep it going. So he went and told his wife also, I'm leaving. So he left he was the king of Kashi. Kashi, one of the oldest cities of the world. One of the oldest cities of the world, which is still alive. There are so many old cities that comes and goes, which goes into ruins and all that. This city is still alive and kicking. You place your foot in that city, you can feel that you will feel very old. Yeah, because it is that city. He is the king of that city, Kashi. He went to the nearby forest, put a small hut for himself, living with bare minimum, meditating. What meditation he was doing, God only knows, but he was meditating. After a few months, Chudala, out of her compassion, thought, I should go and help this man, for this man doesn't know what he is doing. Let me go and help. So what she did, if she goes in the form of the wife, the husband would not listen. So she took the form of a yogini, like a sannyasi form she took, and she went and stood in front of the king. And the king was early hours of morning. She went. And this man was with eyes closed, deep in meditation. Deep sleep water. Full deep sleep he should have been. And Chudala waiting for the king to open up. And the king opened the eyes, saw this Tejasvi standing. They have the Tejas. No, when Vamana walked in, we have read that story. When Vamana walked in, everybody stood up. 3 feet boy, small boy. When he walked in, everybody stood up. Tejas. And this lady, she was having that spiritual splendor, the Tejas. And Chuda and Shikitwaja, the king prostrated again and again and again. Because traditionally you don't prostrate once, sir. இப்பெல்லாம் ஒரு வாட்டி prostrate பண்ணாலே எந்திரிக்கிறது, you need so many props to get up. Those are the days where இல்ல இப்பெல்லாம் forward bending தான். Today's prostration is forward bend. அல்லது இங்கிருந்தே இல்லையா? So you have to prostrate 5 times, 9 times. Don't try all that. I'm just giving example. No? So the king prostrated again and again and again. The king prostrated again and again and again. She said, all my tapas is fructified now because you have come. You have come searching for me in this forest. All my tapas is fructified now. Teach me Brahma Vidya. I want this Brahma Vidya. I want this Vedantic knowledge. Teach me Brahma Vidya. Sudala said, for that you are here. For Brahma Vidya you are here. Yes. Brahma Vidya is very easy. Brahma Vidya is very, very easy. There is no difficulty at all in Brahma Vidya. It is very easy to get this knowledge of Brahma. What is this Brahma Vidya? What should I do? If it is so easy, what should I do to get it? She said, renounce. Renounce. The king smiled at her, saying, see, you are all living in this forest, so you really do not know who? You do not know who I am, my capabilities and all that. And he gave a big list of all that he has given up and come to he gave a big list. And one of the items in that list is, I had a wonderful, obedient, affectionate wife, Chudala. I left her also. To whom he is saying this? To her. She looked at the list. She looked at him and said, you have left nothing. Nothing you have left. Nothing you have left. What do you mean now? What else a person can give up? And then he thought, I have a small hut, a few minimum vessels. So he destroyed the hut, threw the vessels into the river, and came back empty-handed and said, am I fit to receive this knowledge? He said, nothing. You have not renounced anything. Then he thought, what else a person can give up? So he saw, the last piece of clothing I had. He threw that also, stood naked in front of her, saying, am I fit? She said, I told you, O king, Brahma Vidya is very easy. And you just have to simply renounce. That's all. Oh, why are you doing all this natak? All this has got nothing to do with. The king couldn't understand. Then he thought, one more thing I have, the body. So I will give up my body also. I'll give up my body also. So he collected dry wood, lit the fire, and he was about to enter the fire to give up the body. So she asked, answer my question and enter into the fire. Anyway, one ignorant person leaving doesn't make any difference. It's not a big loss to the world. So he said, answer my question and enter. Answer my question and enter. What is the question? What are you doing? What are you doing? Can't you see what I am doing? I am giving up the last possession, my body. Oh, very good, very good. What will happen to the body as soon as it enters into the fire? It turns into ashes. Yeah. That's where in the yajna, you put all kinds of dravya, including swarna, you put. Including swarna. Ipalla, nobody puts that. Summa symbolically swarna, they take again another 2 grains of rice and put that also. Yeah, who wants to put that swarna in the thing? So all that finally turns into ashes, correct? Like what you are having. All that turns into ashes finally. So that's the prasad. So what will happen to the body? It will turn into ashes. And she asked the most simple, beautiful question she asked. Whose ashes? Aparna. What will the king give us an answer? My ashes. What will the king give us? My ashes. She said, sit. The country is gone, the wealth is gone, the wife is gone, the children is gone, the hut is gone, the vessels are gone, body is gone. Who is claiming the ashes as my ashes? That is called ignorance. Ivulo story sonnadhukku reason vandu ignorance. That is called ignorance. That which is not yours, that which can never be yours, that which wasn't yours at all at any point of time in the past, the present, the future, you connect yourself to it, claiming it as mine, 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 and you quote it with the word called, I did my duties to my family, sir. Duty line, it is simply called, what is that called? It is called attachment born out of ignorance. Shankaracharya hits the nail, directly he's saying, what is the problem? Ignorance. Sarva ajnana indanam dahet. Dahet means, clear, that's why the body is called dahana, no? Dahet means, it's a Sanskrit grammar. The fifth case, the seventh, I'm not getting into the grammar lessons. Dahet means that which is burnt away completely. Burnt away completely means no traces of it is left. What you see and what it is are different. Have you seen the ashes? Especially in the Havan, you can see it, relatively speaking, because we don't get to see all that. No, in the other areas and all, we don't get to see it. In the Havan, you can see it. The ashes will be in the form of that object that is burnt. If you have noticed it, observation. The ashes will be exactly in the form of that object. It looks like that object because it carries the same shape, the same dimension. But you touch it, it is, you know that it's not there. Urvarugamiva bandhanat mrityor mukshiya mam amrutat. The Mahamrityunjaya. Trayambakam yajamage sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarugamiva bandhanat. What is it that is the fuel? Ignorance. How do you know that there is ignorance? How do you know that there is ignorance? அதுக்கு தான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுத்தேன். How do you know that there is ignorance? You know that there is ignorance when you are connecting yourself, when you are connecting your mental state, when you are connecting your mental state with attainments and achievements and losses. If your mental state is connected to attainments or losses, success or failure, either of yours or of others, this is called ignorance. This is called ignorance. And the wise one doesn't have this. Doesn't have this. Jnana palam. The second benefit is world remains the same. You are transformed internally. That is the benefit of knowledge. The world remains the same. That's why people come and say, I have studied, sir, but why the other is not changing? If you have studied, you yourself is not changing. How can the other change? Yeah. So second thing is what? World remains the same. You transform. So Jnanam doesn't bring about an external transformation. Jnanam brings about an internal transformation. Jnanam brings about an internal transformation. What is that internal transformation? The world ceases to world is there, but the world doesn't trouble you. World is there, it doesn't trouble you, it doesn't disturb you. Where you are not troubled, disturbed, that is the time you can be of some benefit also to the world. How can you be benefit to the world when you are disturbed by it? An affected, disturbed person cannot be of service to the world. So even if you want to be of some service to the world, you should be unaffected by it, undisturbed by it. Here is talking about the knowledge. What is the knowledge that he is talking about here? The flame of knowledge burns up the entire fuel of ignorance. So Atmanam, now I am coming to the example that he is giving. Atmanam Arani. When the wood is churned, fire is created. When you are doing this Vedanta study, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Jnana Agni is created. That's the fire. Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam. Elsewhere in the Gita he says. This Jnanam is the Agni that burns up all karmas. Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam. What is that? The ritual. There are two pieces of wood. The lower Arani and the upper Arani. It's called the lower Arani and the upper Arani. Reference Kaivalya Upanishad verse number 11. And the commentary padichilna it will be easy. Kaivalya Upanishad verse number 11 is the reference. Atmanam Aranim Kritva Pranavam Chotararanim Jnana Nirmadana Vyasat Asham Dahati Panditaha. This is the Kaivalya Upanishad mantra. Atmanam Aranim Kritva. Atmanam Aranim Kritva. The lower Arani and the upper Arani. Two pieces of wood. One is stationary, other moves. One is fixed, the other moves. Then only friction comes. If both are moving, na. So the the upper Arani and the lower Arani. By the repeated practice of this churning, you gain this knowledge. What is the practice of churning? The practice of churning is negating the three and asserting the one. That is the practice of churning, negating the three and asserting the one is the practice of assertion and negation. To put it in a simpler, to make it more simpler, what is this assertion and negation? Removing the wrong association with I is negation. Asserting the associating the I with the real meaning is assertion. Again, I repeat. What is this assertion and negation? That which is wrongly associated with I, that is removed. Carefully follow. That which is wrongly associated with I, that is removed. And you rightly, what has to be associated with the I, rightly, you associate with it. This is called assertion. Are you able to follow? The lower Arani is fixed. The upper Arani keeps moving. That's the ritual. They rub. Sometimes they rub. Sometimes they use a rope. But art means something to churn. Something to churn. So the rope. So they churn. Churn means rub it against each other to produce friction, and that friction causes, and the friction brings about the fire. Straight away fire will not come. Mild smoke will come first. And then when the smoke starts coming, fellow, when the smoke starts coming, he increases it. Then there is the fire. This is the ritual. The fire and fuel is in the same entity is the very interesting part of this comparison. The interesting part of this comparison is fire and fuel are both the wood. The fire comes from the wood and consumes the wood. Where does the fire come from? From the wood. Because it's not that you rub your hands, friction came and you created fire. No. Where did the fire come from? The fire comes from the wood and it consumes the wood. Fire comes from the wood because it is internally in the wood. That is why the friction generated it. It is internally in the wood. Don't get too technical, don't get too scientific. It's poetry. Don't bring in all your all the knowledge of science and all into all this and get confused. It's poetry. And understand it in the scope of the way in which they want us to understand. What is it? It is generated from the wood, and the wood is consumed. Jnana Agni. Comparison is Jnana Agni does it. Fire has two functions. I said it some time back. Fire does two functions. One function is dahati, other function is dihi. Dihi means illumination. Fire has two. It does two functions, dahati and illumines. It burns. As it is burning, it illumines. All this is taken from the everyday karma they used to do, which is the fire ritual. Now, we need not do the fire ritual every day. You want to do, you do. That's your personal thing. Now, what is he saying here? Why knowledge is equated to fire? Knowledge burns up ignorance and knowledge illumines as it were. Swayam prakashate atma. So it is illumining. Fire burns up something and fire reveals something. Illumining means revealing. So fire has two properties. What are the two properties? It burns up something and it reveals something. That aspect of fire is compared to knowledge. That is why he says, Jnana Agnihi. What does it burn? What does it burn? That list you need to know. Yeah. I will give you that list also. It burns the Sanchita karma, it burns the Agami karma, the Karta, the notion of Karta, the notion of Bhokta, the emotional, the emotional diseases of Rodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya, all that it burns up. Burn panni, ash agittu poduma, onnume illada. No. As it is burning up something, it reveals something. What is it that it reveals? What is it that it's revealed? What is it that is revealed? That's the Mahavakya. Clear? Ivaroda Mahavakya pa. Nama Talaivaroda Mahavakya. Ekameva Advitiyam. Yeah. Ekameva Advitiyam. Yaar Talaivarna? Vijay. Yaar pa Talaivarna? Nana. Ekameva Dvitiyam, he says, no? In that movie, Rajinikanth. Ekameva Advitiyam. That is the illumining. So, it burns the Maya, it burns the ignorance, it burns the avidya and illumines the Atman. So, that is why it burns up something and it illumines something. The fire. That aspect of fire is compared to Jnana. That aspect of fire is compared to Jnanam. Eva, evam, thus means as taught in previous verse. As taught in previous verse. There he spoke about the details, no? As taught in previous verse, if you do evam, thus, what happens? The fire does this. What does it do? What does it burn first? At the first stage, the fear, the worries, the anxieties, the stress, the strain, that is burnt. Second, I am the doer, I am the kartrutva, the bhoktrutva, that is burnt. And then the sanchita, the agami, all the karmas gets burnt. Prarabdha, that you need not worry. Anyway, that is a spent fuel. It will die down by itself. You need not worry about it. When it is burning, it keeps the shape as it were, but it is burnt completely. That's the fire. when it burns, the shape of it will be alive. Yeah. The shape of it is alive. Looks like that shape. So I called Swati and I pointed out to her, see this. See how it is burned, but carries the same shape. I said, touch it. Shape is there as long as you don't touch it. The moment you put your fingers, it just, yeah, you can see it is Jnana Agnihi. It does that. Jnanam does that. Okay. How long to churn? Another problem. Yeah. Are you okay till now? How long to churn? எவ்வளவு நாள் சார் churn பண்ணணும்? 3 days. 6 months I have attended classes, sir. Clear? 6 months I have attended classes, sir. I said 6 months la Vedanta and 7 6 letters la Vன்றதே கரெக்ட்டா வந்திருக்காது 6 months la. 6 months sir I have attended. Huh? How long to keep churning? As long as the mindness remains, as long as the ignorance remains, as long as the last traces of ignorance remains, you have to keep churning. The upper wooden block, the self, the supreme Brahman. The lower wooden block, the ego. That's the comparison. The upper block, I said 2 blocks. 2 blocks. The upper is Brahman. The lower is the ego. That lower thing, ego, has to be rubbed constantly with the upper. That is the that's why the lower is fixed. Jnanam da adha vandu burn pannanum. It is jnanam that repeated Shravana Manana Nididhyasana process rubs it and it catches the fire. And when it catches the fire, it burns up everything. Sarva Ajnana Indanam. Sarva Ajnana Indanam means destruction of ignorance. Destruction of ignorance. Destruction of ignorance becomes meaningful to a person who has recognized ignorance as the disease. Lot of Shravana and Manana has to be done even to recognize ignorance as the disease. At one level, at a very, very elementary level, ignorance is not the disease. What is the disease at the elementary level? What is the disease at the elementary level? World disturbing me constantly, sir. World disturbing me. Now, summa irundha kuda, even if I am staying quiet, they come unnecessarily disturb and go. Yeah. Not it. Then you recognize, no. World is not the source of trouble. World appears to be the source of trouble because of the Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya. Then you realize that. Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya. Then you realize not only this this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya. It's not that. It is the ignorance, the disease. So first layer, remove the world as the source of joy or disturbance. That is Ajnana Nasanam 1. Ajnana Nasanam 2. Because he says sarva ajnanam, all are destroyed, means there are grades. First is the world as the source of happiness or world as the source of sorrow is destroyed. Second, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya is internal, and that these are the symptoms of a disease. These are the symptoms of a disease. Remove. What is the disease? Vasanas, ignorance. Synonymously you can use. Sarva Ajnana Indanam. Thus, by churning constantly, negating your lower self and asserting the higher self, the ignorance is burnt, he says. The ignorance is burnt. And then Dahati and Reveler. Fire is the Dahati, fire is the destroyer, and fire is the revealer. Jnanam is the destroyer and Jnanam is the revealer. So it destroys the ignorance and reveals the ever-present Brahman. Knowledge didn't create Brahman. Light reveals the pre-existing object. Light is not the cause for the object. That's why we say knowledge doesn't give Brahman, we say. Are you able to follow? Light reveals the hand. Minus the light, my hands cannot be seen. Light reveals the hand. So the connection between light and my hand. What is the connection between the light and my hand? It's the revealer of the hand. Number two, revealer as it is. Revealer as it is. Clear? Suddenly if you say, sir, you have 7 fingers, sir, abdinna. And the light or angle looks like I don't have 7 fingers. No, I have only 5 fingers. Light reveals. Number two, light reveals as it is. Dahati burns up completely without leaving any trace. Without leaving any trace. Yeah. Not only it burns up everything without leaving any trace, it doesn't take decades to burn. When something comes in contact with fire, it is burnt. The process of destruction is very quick. Very quick it is. The process of burning is very quick. That's why the process of knowledge burns away ignorance quickly. So Dahati has a few properties. Revealer also has a few properties. What is the property of the revealer? Light, knowledge reveals the ever-present Brahman. Just as the light reveals the hand. Just as the light reveals the hand, knowledge reveals the ever-present Brahman. Therefore, you can't say knowledge is the cause, Brahmajnanam, knowledge is the cause, Brahman is the effect. You can't do that also. Why? Because that is why light, fire. I don't know whether you have observed it. All religions worship fire. All religions have fire in their ritual. And what is it in fire? These are the qualities and properties that is in fire that makes it so meaningful to worship. So when you see the fire, you are reminded of two. What is it? Dahati and Dahati and Dihi Dahati. Dihi as in Diyoyonav Prachodayat. Gayatri Mantra. So the revealer aspect of fire is worshipped in the Gayatri. The destroyer aspect of fire is worshipped in as in the Dahati. So when you are worshipping fire, you are doing both. You should be reminded of both. At least from now on, make an effort to whenever you see light, yeah, whenever you light lamp, some people have the tradition even today, no? They light lamp in the house. A ritual turns into a very, very meaningful, knowledgeable practice if you understand the meaning in this way. Otherwise, people think you light the lamp, Lakshmi will come. You don't light the lamp, Lakshmi will go away and her sister will, yeah, her sister will come. Yeah. And sister's pair solla kuda kudadu, they say, no. They say you should not even reveal her, should not even say her name loudly. Yeah. Only in anger that name will come. Yeah. In anger, when you are scolding somebody, only that word will come. The twin sister. Yeah. Two sisters, Sri Devi and that Devi. I will not say that name. Huh? Why say that? Yeah. I am afraid if she comes into my house, now what will I do after that? Yeah. So I will not reveal her name. Yeah. Mudevi. Yeah. You light that lamp. You light where there is light. That sister will not come. This sister will come. Krischate Lakshmischa Patniyau, Purusha Suktam. Even if you want Lakshmi to come, you live a life of service and sacrifice. Purusha Suktam says, Krischate Lakshmischa Patniyau. Wealth and prosperity is at your doorsteps waiting to attend on you. You don't chase that. They chase you. They chase you now. What it means they chase you is you have the capacity, you have the ability, but you are not interested in it. Chasing means what? As though she will come and wait at your door. Please make use of it. Not that. You have the ability, you have the capacity, but you are not interested. Why? Because you have understood its limitations. Because you have understood its limitations. Just as if you play a game with your child, you know how to manipulate the game and win. Correct? See, if you are playing a game with your child, you know how to manipulate the game and win that game. What interest will that winning give to you? Winning is at your doorstep. Winning is at your doorstep waiting to attend on you, but you will not do that. Why? Because what difference does it make? Krischate Lakshmischa Patniyau. So when you light the lamp, the ritual, and in the Indian tradition, it's even today they practice, no, lighting the lamp. All religions they light fire. It's not only here. All religions light fire. They candle they use. Every religion use fire in their own way. And what is fire? Remember this: fire is equated to knowledge. Why? Because of two: Dahati and Dihi. Dahati means burner. Dihi means revealer. So knowledge doesn't create anything. Knowledge reveals the already existing. And if you think knowledge is going to create it, you didn't understand it rightly. For knowledge is not going to create it. Knowledge reveals that which is. Knowledge reveals that which is already there. What is it that is already there? Brahman is already there. It reveals it. It burns up ignorance which wasn't there, which you are unnecessarily. So it burns up that which you are keeping it unnecessarily. It burns that away. And it reveals that which is. And it reveals that which is already there. Evam atmaranau dhyanam atane satatam krite uditava gatir jwala sarva jnanendanam dahet. Thus, by constant churning of wood, contemplation upon Atman, the flame of knowledge created burns up the entire fuel of ignorance. This churning process is the repeated process in Vedanta. We have heard the Puranic stories also, where they churn for, where the Devas and Asuras churned the milky ocean for Amrita, no? So churning is like that. And Krishna was also he was also churning the, what was he churning? Something he was doing, no? Lord Krishna. No, sir, Krishna didn't churn. Whatever others churned and kept, he simply went and stole that. Yeah. He stole that. You churn and churn and churn and store and store and store. He comes and simply takes it away. The butter. It takes it away. Assertion and negation. The process of knowledge is asserting that which is not there and negating that which is not there and assert that which is there. This is the process of Vedantic knowledge. It is difficult. No doubt it is difficult. Why it is difficult is because it says negate that which is known and assert that which is unknown. It is easy to negate that which is unknown and assert that which is known. But Vedanta says exactly the opposite. It says negate all that is known and assert that which is unknown. That is the process of churning. Exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite. What is the opposite? The known is negated, the unknown is asserted. Others say, don't waste your time with these unknown things. Assert the, yeah. They don't have anything else to do. They simply keep talking about all these things. And why are you getting so involved in this? They keep saying, why are you getting so involved in this? They will keep talking. Why are you getting so involved in this? So the world says, assert the known and negate the, what is known? The world of objects and beings are known. Perceptions, emotions, and thoughts are known. What is unknown? The enlivener, Brahman, God is unknown. So negate the known and assert the unknown. For which I said this assertion and negation is nothing but remove that which is wrongly associated with the I. That which is wrongly associated with the I is removed, and that which is rightly associated with the I is revealed. Are you able to follow? Angada reveal nu solnuvaanga. You should not say you associate nu sollakudadu. You should say that which is wrongly associated with the I, you negate. That which is the true I is that which is that the true I is revealed. So it burns and it reveals. Thus Atmanam Aranim Kritva. Taking the example from a very a very oft-quoted process from the Upanishads. We are referring to Kaivalya Upanishads because in the syllabus we study Kaivalya Upanishads. That's why we are referring to that. There are other Upanishads also mentioning the same churning of the wood. With this, 42 is completed. Next session, we continue with verse number 43 onwards. Are there any clarifications? Sorry. On a climax mudikiliya. What happens finally in Chudala story? In all Vedantic story, climax is only one. Shikidvacha becomes an ardent student of Chudala and she reveals herself as the wife after a while. She reveals herself as the wife and the king continues to study under her. And then he also realizes the self and then he says, I'm wasting my time sitting in the forest. I should go back and do my duty of being the king. He goes back and runs the climax is what? Shikidvaja goes back and becomes the king and continues to be the king is the climax. But what is the difference? Before also he was a king, even now he is a king. But both are not, internally they are not the same. Internally they are not the same. Even before he was a king, even now he is a king. Internally there is a difference. And that difference is what? Brahma Jnanam is all about. Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, Vedantic knowledge, all about. Just remember these two words. It's very, very important to remember these two words. Dahati and Dihi. Dahati means burning up. Dihi means revealing. So it burns and it reveals. Burns up that which is there and reveals. Burns up is there. That which is there, it burns up and reveals the ever-present Brahman. This is verse number 42. We continue with 43 onwards later.